And so begins episode 2 of the Skeleton Brawler. Let's punch some skulls, so to speak. I'm too close to build up momentum. Is there a... Oh, there's something right there. Well, that was fun. So we've entered the Trollmire, and as you can see, we're doing an easy time running through everything. So yeah, not really saying much of anything here. We're doing a star dungeon again. At this point, I'm pretty much just re-leveling up my character. You know, I basically do these star dungeons over and over again, and coming through like the star dungeons, I do have to come through here to sort of level up the character and get the skill points I need, but. I don't know about you, but it's starting to get a little boring for me. But oh well. It's one thing I know about all these, characters I run. They all come through this. It wouldn't actually be so bad if there's like more star dungeons, but there's only so many, and this is a type of game where you actually want to go through them all just for the experience and items that you find. So talking about this, it's actually one of the things I want to know. I guess I'm going to talk a little bit about the weaknesses of Tales of Maj'Eyal versus other roguelikes. In other like roguelikes I've played, like the ones before this, I've like played Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup and Dwarf Fortress. One of the great things about those games is that with Dwarf Fortress, obviously, you don't even have to go into like a starter area. You can just go wherever you want. But with say Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup and like Castle Winds when I did that, and Doom RL, for the most part, there isn't a whole lot of difference, in starting areas. You basically have like a start for like those roguelikes, and then pretty much it's not like anything like special. Like there's no like static. You're coming to like this like area first, and no, it's basically you go up like through a bunch of randomly generated levels that don't really have any rhyme or reason to them. Whereas in ToME, you basically have like the Trollmire, and you have like Heart of Gloom and Corpool, and all these places. They basically have their own ongoing theme with them, and like it's basically that theme every single time. I suppose you could say the same thing with like Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, where I'll say you're gonna meet that ogre in like the 4th level, but it's not always true you'll meet him on the 4th level. You'll meet him whenever you meet him. Heck, I've met steam dragons and stuff really early sometimes. But with Tales of Maj'Eyal, you have to go through these dungeons in order to come in. I actually wonder if Tales of Maj'Eyal might be better off if what can I say about it? Maybe it'd be better off if perhaps there's like a whole lot of dungeons, like even more than there is right now, and they actually made it so like item drops. You don't find like say outside of starter dungeons, you don't find like more than tier 1 item drops. So if you're going for like a certain tier 1 item drop for your character or whatever on, you're only gonna find them in like the starter dungeons. Then like you get the other stuff later on in tier 2 and all that. It might be better if they had like more dungeons and like they made it so that you actually have like you can skip some sort of dungeons and not have to come like to this one or that one. I find that you could technically say you could skip the dungeons. You don't have to play them, but this is the type of game where you really do want to play and to get as much experience as possible. It might be better off if, like, say, they had so many dungeons in this game that, say, you got the level 50 by Dreadfall. And then from there on, you're just gathering equipment, so to speak. Whereas right now, it is, like, you know, a very balanced journey. You're going to eventually get to level 50, usually before the final boss. Bump, 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 bump. Whoa! I'm taking a little bit of damage here. Being a little bit reckless, and I probably shouldn't be reckless since I'm on roguelike difficulty. There was a lot of fun with this Brawler, you know, lots of fist to the face type of idea. Alright, well, we got the level 5. That means we got 2 class points over, you know, this any generics. I'm going to, at this point, pick up Concussive Punch. That's basically the area effect thing. I might increase this a little bit more later, but for now, we'll just leave it at 1. I'm actually thinking about possibly getting more Double Strike. The ability to get, you know, that extra 210% damage every 3 turns is actually kind of worthwhile, I think. I'm already gonna get like the 2 combo points, but you know, getting the extra damage might be good too. Of course, I can always save it or do whatever else with it. What's this other stuff down here? Because counter attack. When you avoid a malignant blow in a, from an adjacent foe, you have a 13% chance to get a free automatic attack against the attacker for 917 damage. Unarmed fighters using it do consider a strike for the purpose of stance damage bonus, and if they have any, and will have damage bonus as a result. Armed fighters get a normal physical attack, and a chance of countering the normal counter attack increases with your cunning. So that's kind of interesting. I guess if you get high enough defense on a Brawler, then this might actually be something opportunable to have, like the ability to get a free extra attack when stuff misses you. Though I don't see it as something that would benefit you in the long run, this counterattack skill. Setup. Increase defense by 8 for 3 turns. When you avoid a melee blow, you set the target up, increasing the chance of you landing a critical strike on them by 7% and reducing your saving throws by 7. That's not bad. Increasing my critical and reducing the saving throws of the enemy, that's quite interesting. And then there's exploit weakness. This way I find the weakness of your opponent's physical resist at a cost of 10% of your physical damage. Each time you hit an opponent with a melee attack, you reduce their physical resistance by 55% up to a maximum 5%. Alright, that's really good. Basically, I can reduce like a target that say has a very high physical resistance a little bit. Though, to be honest, it's usually not a big problem. It's not going to be like the Norfield, for example, where the Norfield was having problems penetrating stuff with darkness resistance. These, like, you know, kind of tactical things, they sound interesting, but they really aren't that interesting, so to speak. I should probably start getting this up at some point on our mastery. Apparently this is a very good skill for obvious reasons. It increases your damage of physical unarmed attacks by quite a bit. Steady mind, of course, increases your defense, mental save, and all that. Heightened reflexes. When you target by a projectile, the speed is increased by... Very nice. And combo spring, basically, you gain a combo point. You have a 13% chance to gain an extra combo point. Okay, so these are really awesome right here. These right there. Stay mind is also good. This is stuff I want to probably get like 5, 5, 5, 5 eventually. Just this entire row of stuff here. May want to get this sometime too. I don't know what to do with this point, so to speak. I could, you know, invest it in this way, but you know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to just leave this class point alone for a bit. I'm going to bump up strength as high as it can go for now, and then we'll start bumping up cunning, I guess. Because, you know, I want to get this stuff available at some point. I guess that's one thing to know about the, one of the reasons I'm basically showing this video instead of, like, skipping ahead 6 or 7 dungeons. I'm playing, you know, the Brawler here. And part of the reason I'm doing the star gems is just so you can see the skills that I pick up, and as I pick them up and use them, you are basically seeing me learn these skills and everything else that goes on. Okay, he's hurting a little bit. Let's put on bone armor. Stun him. Well, that was fun. I got Bill's tree trunk and the Ferris steel amulet. And I got experience. Why not? Alright, well, generic points again. Apparently, combat accuracy 1. That's very nice of them. You get actually a lot of points, I guess, automatically, I guess, with your character. We'll increase our bone armor, because that's obviously very, very powerful. As you can see, it absorbs 340 damage. Goes before 18. This will keep you alive like crazy, the bone armor. This is why I say, you know, these are really powerful racial talents, but I expect in this in a later game, bone armor is going to start to lose its luster a little bit. And I still have no clue what to get over here. Bump up strength a little bit more. Put a little bit more in cunning. And let's see here. Spinning backhand. I remember that. I might actually get this. As you can see, you get a lot of mobile talents on brawlers. I guess we'll keep saving these points for now. I probably shouldn't be saving these points, but I mean, it's not like I have any real idea how to use them at the moment. And it's not like I have to use them, I don't think. I'm still pretty powerful without those class points you use right now. Alright, I could go and say hi to Bill, but for obvious reasons I'd rather not get myself killed. We'll put on the Ferris steel amulet over here. And then we'll probably just say goodbye to the Trollmire for now. So hit Raw Recall. We will teleport out of this dungeon. And then we'll go elsewhere, probably to the Shalorian levels. There's the old forest. So, Brawler of Alchemist. One of the things I can get from for Durf, or Styre and Durf, is I can get the red crystals right here. That'll be nice. And all the other stuff in there. I'll be very careful of those red crystals. I am hunting them, but I don't want to get killed by them. I want to be very careful of these large white snakes, too. Oh! Bone armor actually takes a turn to use. That's very good to know. So unlike my regular damage shields and stuff that are instant usage speed, the bone armor actually has a usage speed of 1 turn, so I have to really watch that. Whoa! Put this on now. And keep popping people in the face. And we got the alternate dungeon of this Scintillating Caves, as you can see. That gives me resistance to physical. This is actually... I think this is actually better armor to use than the temporal resistance here and all the other stuff it gives. Just for that physical resistance. This is good. You know, I think this is actually better for the fire and cold resistance, just because I'm in an area with fire and cold spewing monsters at the moment. So we're actually gonna get rid of a few of my items already. Quite a few of my items. You know what? We're gonna put these leather gloves on until I find a better pair of, you know, gloves. Ow. I'll do that. Oopsie, I used the concussive punch there. It's not a bad thing to use that, but I mean, it's obviously not what I'm aiming to use. Let's move that there. And we'll leave those moves right there, the finishing backhands and such. I think I'll be using those quite a bit. Put this on. Not like I can't use more strength. I can always use more strength. Savior's copper ring. That gives me saves. Why not? We got ourselves an iron pickaxe. That'll be very useful. If just for the strength boost it gives, so we'll get review. And now I can dig if I need to. So, one thing to note that I haven't yet noted, I am an active viewer of like the game forums for Tales of Maj'Eyal. Boom. There's concussive punch hitting two people at once. I actually encourage that if you actually enjoy this game, you should actually keep up the task on how this game changes. Even though Tales of Maj'Eyal is for the most part developed and this is how the game looks, it's worth noting that there's always people who are out to change it, or I wouldn't say, you know, in a bad way, but they're basically out to change it in ways that you may not desire, or in ways you may agree with. I'll say that. And I bring this up because spinning spider, that's interesting. See him in the face. I bring this up because, you know, if you like listen to me about like complaining about like confusion and how like it wasn't very intuitive how it worked, and like, you know, here's a sandrake, and how I wish I could be changed, sort of. Basically, I actually encourage you to look at the game forums because, you know, maybe there'll be like changes that you actually agree with or changes that you don't agree with. And if you don't want them in the game, then honestly, a best way of like, you know, making your voice known and all that is actually go to like the forums and say, no, I don't like this idea, or yes, I like this idea. I believe it should be done. One such idea that I guess I'll get to the point. I'm bringing this up because there's actually one idea I really don't like about someone who had an idea for like the Berserker class, I guess. In the forum, someone was actually thinking about changing the Berserker. Like, oh my gosh, changing the Berserker. What do you mean they don't want to change the Berserker? Well, someone's basically looking to redesign how Berserkers work. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing how they want to redesign it, but I sort of feel it'd be like, say, a loss for the game if it was like done. Let's turn the volume a little bit since you're probably hearing me, or at least I'm hearing me punching the crap out of stuff a little too much there. Hit this guy in the face. But anyhow, one thing that I didn't like about his idea is that basically he's looking to change the Berserker so that instead of like the Berserker, say, notice I still got hit by the frost there. You're basically looking to change the Berserker, so instead of, say, the Berserker having like a bunch of like a very passive mindset and a lot more bump attacks, he's thinking about changing it so that it'd be like, say, more button dependent. I guess we'll say that is what we're getting at here. It's not like a bad way of like, you know, changing around how Berserkers work. If you watch my show learn Berserker, you'll notice that there wasn't a whole lot of like, you know, stuff for me to play. I was always using your stunning blow or unstoppable. There wasn't a whole lot of actions I could take as a Berserker, so I can agree with some of it, but his like sort of design is actually changing it. So instead of like say, it's going to get a couple more attacks, or it's going to fix up, Sunder armor and Sunder weapon. He's like basically looking to like replace all his stuff with say updated like tactics that basically make the Berserker very buttony. What I mean like that is like instead of like say the class is like well basically if you want to like play combat, he's like thinking bump attack should not be a part of that combat, and I think that's like really actually kind of off for like a melee class, so to speak. I don't think it's wrong like to say take that sort of position, but one of the things I liked about like the Berserker class is that it's very newbie friendly. I got into this game, honestly. I'm actually kind of concerned about this guy. Him in the face a little bit. I'm actually kind of concerned if, like, say, if it changes for like the Berserker were to come in, one of the bad things that may come out of it. I think that he stunned me there. One of the bad things I'm worried about is that if like they took out like like a sort of passive, simple nature of Berserker, like he's like sort of intending to do, it actually make it less of a newbie friendly class. And a lot of players like actually have played the Berserker, and if you were to look at the statistics, it's actually the most played class of any of the classes in ToME right now. The Berserker class. I actually don't like this situation. We're going to back off a little bit until... I really don't like this situation. Yep, this is getting worse and worse by the moment. Yep. Let's put this on. I'm going to step forward. Put this on. Will I get 434? No. Okay, so good to know. I can't replace, add touch up stuff like with these, so don't use them like back to back like I just did there, so to speak. Let's go with concussive force. But really, this like when you look at like when I like what I'm talking about is like how like this like Berserker class was developed. Eventually, if you look at like the Berserker, it's developed to be like a more of a passive like bump type of fighter with a couple like choice like tactics like stunning blow, Sunder armor, and all that. This is sort of spruced it up, so it had a few things to do in combat, but I don't think it was ever like meant to be like a full blown let's hack and slash and destroy everything of our powerful type of skills like an Archmage type of melee fighter that this guy was going on about, and I really think it would take away from it if that sort of idea was like put in a game. But I mean, this is like just something. No, maybe you like the idea. I personally don't, but here's the thing. I'm actually encouraging you like to look at the forums and see like what ideas you like and what ideas you don't like. And if you're like me and maybe you don't like this idea, like the Berserker idea, and you should like answer and say, maybe I wouldn't like that change to come. Or maybe you're also like me and you like the idea of I have a confusion where it would be more intuitive. Basically, you get to do your action before you get confused, not the other way. You don't just press a button, boink, you're confused. What? That type of idea is not very meshing well with playstyle. And there's the boss right off the bat. How nice of him. Let's do this. Liking how they got no like turning there. Let's hit you in the face. And let's actually rush the thing here. Stun it if possible. I'll move away here. Alright, so I'm being very careful here, as you can see. Ow. Still got hit there, but well. Let's go here. Step this way. Stun again. Put this on. That was a bad place for this guy to pop out of nowhere. Let's go find the damn boss again. And he actually teleported out of the like area here, so it's now go find him type of idea. And these guys both popped out. Shimmering and multi-hued. Let's go here. Don't know why I hit this guy first, but whatever. Let's do this. But yeah, you should go look at the forums, and you should like keep up on developments to see what ones you like, ideas you like and what you don't like. There's always new ideas to like sort of update, the classes in Tales of Maj'Eyal and other settings. And while the game is for the most part a finished product, like it's out in the market and all that, it's not a finished game. There's always ways that it can be improved. Like one thing that can be improved, for example, that I was mentioned that people are looking to improve. The Marauder class, for example, people are like basically it's given unstoppable a little while ago, but which is like the invulnerability talent that Berserkers have. It's like it's sort of like a band-aid measure to sort of like spruce up the Marauders so they can actually fight and survive in combat. And other ideas that were done was like Arcane Blazer giving like greater weapons focus. That was the skill that made bulwarks like identifiable as like being bulwarks. And Uzimancers are quite powerful, and some people often complain that they're too powerful, both as like rares that you have to fight as well as other stuff. These are all things that are like up for change, or what people hopefully up for change. That's fun. Let's just go back and forth on the ice. But long story short, check the forums and learn about the game and how it's being developed, because you never know, there might be stuff that you'd like to see in the game that isn't in the game, or you might want to see like stuff that people are suggesting be changed, not be implemented at all. Like in the case of say the Berserker, like I'm mentioning here, I don't want that. I think it'd be a horrible idea. I think Tales must really be better off without it. I'll note that for the ideas I'm also talking about here, I was actually never I wasn't initially against it so much, like the idea of upgrading the Berserker class. But I'll note that it's more so as distribution that no, there shouldn't be like any bump attacks, and that's what I'm really sort of offended by. Like, let's take away. Well, it's really more about the playstyle this guy's looking to trash rather than say the Berserker class itself. I mean, the Berserker does need some help. It's got some skills that could use a bit of a rewrite, so to speak. Anyhow, we've gone through 2 of the starting dungeons, Trollmire and Scintillating Caves at this point. We've gotten a few bits of level to level myself up a little bit. I think at this point we should go perhaps to the arena in Durf, and we'll just go kill the Arena Master's little men. I don't know why I'm still in this menu. I don't see anything in here I want to keep. Even the copper ring, whatever. I already demonstrated that you can put gems and stuff. I don't need to demonstrate it again. And I didn't really find I was getting a lot of benefit with like the initial, ring stuff that I was doing. So, I think Resilient Bones getting that is very beneficial. I'm actually going to note about Resilient Bones. I'm actually probably going to max this out as quickly as possible. I don't think I need heals as badly, as, this case. I might put a point and reassemble this for the heal effect I'll get from it, but I want to get resilient bones, I think, to 5 out of 5, and then after that, I'll probably want to get bone armor 5 out of 5, then we'll, get 5 out of 5 reassembled, and somewhere along the line we'll get skeleton to 5 out of 5. I'll probably fine leaving it 4 for now, and that's all that. Well, we finally got another mastery. That's very nice. So I guess we're waiting to level 8. For some reason. I think we already have the dex for these. I don't know why. I mean, we are level 8. I don't know why it's not letting me get those talents there, but whatever. Maybe it's because it doesn't recognize the fact that I'm using skeleton as my racial talent to boost up my dexterity or whatever. Alright, onward. Let's go to Durf. Let's go get our 2 generic points from the Arena Master for killing his men. To kill his men, to kill his men, to kill his men. Gotta do him before, he disappears in a hail of elementals. The agent of the arena. Alright, defeat all 3 enemies. Starting with the stupid slinger. Okay, let's start off with bone armor. Let's try phase throwing up real quick. I'm going to step next to him, and he knocked me right away. We'll go this way. You know what, we're going to rush him right now. We'll daze him. And let's just quickly hit him in the face. Get up close to him again. Let's just, hit him in the face a couple more times. Bye-bye. Gladiator. I think he tried to stun me there, but I failed. Hit you in the face a little bit more. Let's stun you. He's stunned for 2 turns, we'll just, pop, pop, pop him twice. My shield's gone off, that's fine. Just put another one on. Hit him in the face a little bit more. He tried repulsion, knocked me away. And he's gone. And now we've got the Arcane Blade. Probably could have dodged that, and I probably should have. Farewell. Yeah, I don't care about that. So we got a couple more generics. Well, I guess we will max out this first, because we got those generics. So I now got myself Resilient Bones, 5 of 5, massive damage shield. That'll be very useful if I ever need it, I guess. I'm not sure I need it that high, but it'll be useful eventually. Having bullet shield. So, next time. Next time we're going to go to Norgos's lair, I think. We'll start doing, the escorts. Or trying to. I think level 8's high enough to at least go through Norgos's lair's escorts and all that. Apparently I strolled all the way a little free because I'm, level 8 and high enough not to avoid, having to go through the other 2 levels. But whatever. Next time we'll go through Norgos's lair free and then hopefully get the escorts if there is any. and then we'll do whatever else after that. Take care for now.